bit slow and unmotivated today. Slow, unmotivated. Oh. Oh, no. Yikes. Oh, ah. Oh, goodness. I don't know where stuff is. Like, didn't I have a whole bunch of stuff going? Like I had that going. I don't feel like there it is. I was like, I don't really feel like starting anything new. I know there are things I should be working on, but I don't think I'll stream for like super long today. Yeah. So I'm just gonna like do whatever. I'm not gonna force yourself to do things or not. You know, that is the question. I don't know. Oh, hey. Yeah, I have my... What's this one? I think this is the white one. This one looks cleaner. We're gonna go with this. I don't really feel like it's frozen. Why is it already frozen? Why does it have to freeze so much? Oh, the aggravation. So I'm just gonna do this. Since this block is basically done, almost, I'm just gonna finish it so I can feel like I've actually accomplished something, you know? You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm feeling. Sorry. Why do I feel like the... I'm not too worried about that because that's gonna get chopped off, so it's fine. Ugh. It's like, is it time to clean that thing off? Maybe. It's like... Sometimes it gets so gunky, you know? I'm like, alright. When that happens, I'm like, should I clean this bottle is so old, and I don't want to replace the jar because I really like this bottle size. It's like perfect, you know? The only sad part being that, you know, if I threw this jar away, I couldn't get this size again. I'll have to like clean out the rim. It's probably just not sealing as good anymore. Hey, Zoe. You know what? Like maybe I need to let's mix it up a little bit. I really should use distilled water when I put it in here. Maybe that's part of my problem. What's that? Oh. I thought today was going to be a minimum day for school, but my husband just texted me saying that it's a regular day still. So this week is the boys' last week of school. And summer vacation starts. Oh yeah, it's dangerous. Really? Oh yeah, the whole summer, like They get out on Thursday, and they don't go back to school until like August 10th or 11th, something like that. Last year it was like they got back to school, I don't know, a day or two after Colin's birthday. Yeah, they get, personally, I would prefer it if it were a different schedule. Like my sister-in-law, or my nieces, they have a different schedule where they just, like you, they have, instead of a big summer break, they just have like 2 or 3 weeks long breaks during various times of the year. You know, they have more of them so that the kids aren't out of school for a huge amount of time. I feel like that works better because then they don't get out of the routine. Oh, I don't know what else I want to do, like, on this one. I guess I can right? That would blow my mind too. I really don't know what I want to do, like, with this. Just see. Let's see. So I started with health coaching and diet on this past Thursday. So I'm gonna see a health coach every week. Thursdays. It was okay. I think this week when I go, I'm gonna have more questions and stuff about goals and such. Let's see. I don't know why I decided to make this side heavier. Maybe because it looks like, maybe I'll add a little bit more. I don't know if that was really the right idea. Let's see if we can dig it out. And you can. Yeah, definitely. But I did do, so it's like the point is to do 3 days of heavy keto diet loading and then switch over to no fats and oils and carbs. And so you're just eating the proteins, veggies, and fruit. No added artificial sugars, oils, butters, things like that. You're trying to focus on eating cleaner. To get your body into fat burning mode. Which I definitely need, because man, I got lots of that I gained over the past however many months. But hopefully everything goes well. and oopsie. Oh yeah, so you're just taking in the healthy fats that you eat with the foods that you're eating instead of like adding extra oils and fats. Like, don't add extra oil when you're cooking. Don't add butter when you're cooking, you know, that sort of a thing. So the the oils and stuff you're getting are naturally occurring instead of adding extra on top, sort of a thing. So yeah. Oh yeah, no, I get you. Yes, definitely. You do. So I'll let you know how it goes. I tell you one thing for sure, I'm definitely not hungry because the amount you're supposed to load up on stuff, you don't even realize. Like, if I guess I had to eat like for a meal, you know, like say you eat, you know, 6 ounces of steak, but you're not adding any like oil and butter and sugar, you know, marinate those heavy sugary marinades and whatever. And then with the vegetable, it's like, oh, if you want to eat asparagus, then you got to eat like 10 ounces of asparagus, because 10 ounces of asparagus without olive oil and all that stuff is actually only like 50 calories. You know? And then you have to eat like strawberries, and strawberries also, it's like when you eat like 6 ounces of that, that's also only like 50 calories. Can you imagine? You eat like one chocolate covered strawberry and that's like 100 calories. Yeah, so it's basically just cutting out like the, you know, the refined sugars and processed foods. So it's like, instead of, you know, well, that and just carbs for now, until I can get my body will be burning my body fat instead of added fats that you add to it. So we'll just see. Like I said, I don't feel hungry whatsoever. But this is only day 2 of the protein veggies and fruits versus the 3 days of keto loading. Oh my god, it was so fattening. I broke out so bad from having to eat all of the heavy keto stuff, like all of the avocado, all of the eggs, all of the cheese, all of the chicken. It was so much. I was like, oh my god. Oh yeah, so it's not a ton of sugar. It's still like, for me, it's probably a normal amount of fruit that I would normally eat, but I'm eating way more vegetables than I would ever eat before, because I'm not eating a bowl of rice or a bowl of ramen noodles. So whereas before my diet was so carb heavy with lots of rice, lots of pasta. Yeah, instead it's like, wow. Because, you know, when I think about it, I was like, wow, I wasn't really eating. I always thought that I ate a good amount of vegetables, but I really wasn't. I'd be like, oh, let me eat 5 carrot sticks and a bowl full of rice. No, bad. So I just wasn't getting enough veggies. And I was eating way too much candy and junk and ice cream and cookies. It's like, can somebody pass the cookies, please? That was me. Oh, what's this? Oh. Oh, yep, today's a regular school day. Yes! It's so easy to do that. What are you talking about? Half a pack? I'll be like, nom 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 nom. If it's a good tasty pack, I'm all about the whole pack. My problem is also, like, I have a weakness for gummies, for gummy candies and gummy fruit snacks and things like that. So like those gummy fruity snacks that we put in like the kids' lunches or whatever as a treat, I can straight up eat like 2 or 3 of those things in one go. And one thing of those is like, I don't even know, 90 calories or more. And I'd be like, boom. So yeah, it's just like being more mindful of what I'm shoving into my body. Because I'm lazy and I just like to eat. Right? Who doesn't like to eat? I like to eat junk. I am addicted to sweets. Oh, you can't eat gummies with braces? Oh, really? I don't. My teeth are super straight. You probably like supernaturally straight. So are one of my sons, or actually both of my sons. I think that's like I don't know. I think I got that from my mom's side because her teeth were also supernaturally straight. I've noticed that a lot of the Korean folks I know, their teeth are very straight. The top, like, they're just, or at least the ones that I've been around. So I never had to do braces. Yeah, I got really lucky teeth-wise. I don't have any gaps or turned teeth, so they've looked pretty nice. But I have weak teeth, so I have I've had a lot of cavities over the years, from a young age. Like my husband, though, he has no cavities. He's never had a cavity in his life, whereas me, I've had like lots of them, and 2 root canals and clenched jaw and whatever the heck. So I'm not so lucky in that respect. Yeah, both of the boys look like they're gonna have really straight teeth too. But I'll bet you they end up with weak teeth like me. I have a weak tooth enamel. Ooh, what's that sound? Looks a little too straight. Oh yeah, no, she's doing fine. I try to call her on other days so she doesn't feel. I wonder why it is that she was always in the habit of calling on a Monday. Pretty funny though, right? Like she wouldn't call on a Tuesday or a Wednesday, but it was just like a habit for her to just call on Mondays. It must have been something about that day of the week that happens, that made her think of me to call. But years ago, when I was in the army, I would call my mother every Sunday. I was like the filial daughter, always calling her on Sunday, which I find funny. My mom is sweet, but like she was pretty absent from my life after the age of even when I was younger, but after the age of, I'd say 7 or 8, she disappeared for a long time from our lives, and we'd see her maybe once a year for all the way through my teen years, other than I think I lived with her for like not quite 2 years. What was it? Yeah, not quite 2 years. Like the last year of junior high and the year of freshman year, so maybe even 2 years. But other than that, she was off doing her own thing somewhere. But then she re-entered my life when I had I saw her at my wedding. She was at my wedding. But then also when the kids were born, then she was like more active. So once I got married and had kids, she was a more active, present in my life. Our family was never like super close, like a lot of people's families I know. Oh, every 3 to 4 days? Yeah, I do. They're rather personal reasons, but it boils down to we just weren't the focus of her life during those years. I used to have like lots of like anger and resentment and stuff towards my parents, which all just kind of died down a lot as I got older, especially after I had kids. Like much after I had kids, I'm like, wow, can you imagine like some people have kids like when they're in their early 20s, some even younger than that. I don't remember how old my mom was when she had me. I was the youngest of 3, so my mom probably had my sister. How old was she? I'm gonna do the math. I'm like, how old was she when she had me? I'm curious now. Let's see. Really? Supposedly my mom's 64 or almost 64. She's 63. So my mom was like 23 when she had me. That 23 is so young to me. So if she was 23 when she had me, and my sister so she was 21 when she had or maybe she was 24 or 23 when she had me, 22 or 21 when she had my other sister. And then that means she was like 19 or 20 when she had my oldest sister. That is really young. So I try to think about that now as an adult, and I'm like, okay, that's so crazy young. Especially when, like, because she met my dad, and he was an American soldier, and she was in Korea, and Yeah, a huge language barrier, but they still got married. And my mom already had my sister, and he, brought her to the U.S. and adopted her and stuff. So it's like, can you imagine being that young? Because I mean, like, basically, you're like fresh out of school. You're still, in my mind, you're not even adult until you're into your late 20s, mid 20s. Yeah, I was 30 or 31, 31, I think, when I had Colin. Because he's 10. He'll turn 11 this year. So yeah, I was like 31. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. And my dad was sadly, he was a abusive alcoholic when we were growing up, and mom was, absentee. So like I said, I held a lot of anger and resentment, and I have some trauma. I have some trauma associated with it, but I had lots of therapy too. But I just don't hold that against them now, because I feel like well, first of all, my dad is a completely different person than he was then. He's like one of those success stories that, he was the really bad alcoholic, but then actually, like, isn't anymore. It took him many years again to be able to even have a drink of alcohol. Now he can have a few beers and he'll be fine. But yeah. Well, back in the day, in our parents' time and before then, it wasn't abnormal to start your family, get married right at that age. I'm pretty sure. You know. It's kind of sad, but that's just how it was. I don't know if this is quite enough. Oh, well, they don't really see, because my mom and dad live so far away, they don't really see them. And even before COVID, they didn't see them as much as I feel like they could have, since they lived here in town. And that goes back towards just the type of people that my parents are. They are not, and never were, parents like I feel like some other parents are. They weren't, attend events, do things with you sort of parents. They were absentee parents. So essentially, my sisters and I grew up without any of that guidance or parenting. But that's fine. But yeah, so but yes, I am glad that my boys actually like know who Grandpa and Harmony are. They do talk to them on live stream. Every once in a while, probably like at least once a month, they'll catch them and say hello, and definitely during holidays and birthdays and stuff like that too. But I don't know. It's not like I've seen other people's relationship with their parents and grandparents. But every family's different too, so. They have a really great and active relationship with their grandmother here, Brandon's mom. So they see her, you know, at least every other week or two. At least several times a month, you know. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thankfully, it's not like that. Yeah, my dad really tried hard to kick that alcoholism. We actually, you know, I'm really proud of him that he was able to do it. Of course, we had to get him into some, when he was at his worst, I got him into one of those VA rehabilitation programs. Like, literally, it was one of those veteran VA sponsored things where you check them in, kind of like a hospital. You check them in and they have to basically give up all their rights. It's kind of like, I would almost equate it to something like one of those asylums in a movie. It's a rehab center. I don't even know, like something you would see in a movie. They're locked in there. They have no personal phones. They can't leave. They can't go out of the clinic or they can't go out of the hospital, the facility on their own. You know, people can a week. I couldn't wasn't able to visit him. You know, for however long, many months until, you know, so long of the program was completed, and then even then they move you into a slightly different facility to where then you can have visitors, and then they like let up a little bit more to where you can go out like once, you know, or twice, you know, a week on the weekends for so many allotment of hours, and they, you know, do all kinds of testing on you when you get back in. It was like really, really hardcore, and that totally, and they put you on, you know, meds and do therapy and all that stuff. They're gonna break you of whatever addiction you have when you go into that sort of program. And my dad went through that, and I was really proud of it. He did really well. Yeah, I was like that. I feel like people that are really serious and are lucky enough to go through a program like that. We were lucky with him because it was veteran sponsored, but I think privately sponsored, if you don't have the right kind of healthcare or something, that kind of program's not available to everybody, you know, and it can like it'll completely change your life if you're someone who's addicted to alcohol or a substance, you know, whether you have that kind of, you know, ability to go through something like that. Because my dad suffered his whole life with his alcoholism, and he wasn't able to break it without that kind of intense help. So yeah, it's like I really wish places like that were more readily available to others, but that's crazy expensive, you know, because they're housing you, feeding you, maintaining you. It's like a prison. It's like a prison. But I'm proud of him. He did it. Yeah. So, what do you guys think? I can add a couple little dots, and I think that one is done. Ooh, I'm shedding hair. That's my hair. Oof. Drink water, everybody. I feel like the light source is coming from this way. You know, like, psh. So, yeah. But we don't have to talk about depressing topics. Ooh, let's see where it's going to get cut off. See, that's not even going to be in the thing. But, you know, it might be. I've got water and water and a bit more water. Did you know that cinnamon tea helps you feel like more full, like less hungry? Supposedly. I don't know if that's the truth, but I've been trying it. All right, we're gonna say this one's done. Ta-da! Yeah. Let's see. I heard my husband moving around. Oh, my husband. He's so handsome. Yay, one down. Let's do that one. It needs help. Something about it I just not really a fan of. What color did I use here? Purple. Purple. Yes, exactly. Me too. Me too, Sandra. Let's be healthy together. I don't know if this was the right idea. That's okay, it's too late now. It'll all work out. Non-alive proteins is gut health. Well, I take probiotics. The 2 probiotic pills before you eat at least once a day. That helps with your gut. Really, I'm not even so concerned with like losing weight because I know that'll just naturally happen. I just want to feel better and healthier and not be so tired all the time. And part of that is getting the heck up off my butt and actually eating food that isn't just junk food. Because I love junk food. Who doesn't love junk food? Right? Who doesn't? It tastes so good. How can you not love it? Can't say no to some strawberries, some cookies. just do something about this thing. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's my goal also, is to do like a walk every day. You know, not like I don't have to go outside, because especially during the spring it's a bad idea for me to go outside, but like at least take a walk on the treadmill. So I could do that by, if I watch something or read something and do that while I'm on the treadmill, then I won't feel like I'm, you know, exercising. I'll just be like, oh, I'm just taking a walk and watching an episode of my K-drama. Right? I can do it. You can remind me, be like, hey, if you're taking a walk, you want to go for a walk? I'm really proud of myself. Yesterday I did, so over the weekend, part of the coaching is making, make your own meals, instead of eating out, because I was doing a lot of takeout because I've been depressed the past few months, since basically mid-January. I didn't realize I was depressed. Anyways, so I started cooking again because I was being really bad about the cooking. But yep, nope, we started cooking. So Dylan was super excited. We went to the grocery store after our last hurrah of, eating out. So we ate out at the breakfast place. And then we went right to the grocery store and was like, okay, now we're gonna do meal prep and make food. So if I make food for myself all week, I don't have to worry about feeding myself. I only have to worry about feeding the kids. So it'll be easier, because then I don't have to be like, oh, what's so-and-so gonna eat and so-and-so gonna eat, what am I gonna eat? It's like it takes a huge load of pressure off of me, so I can just make sure I eat something, and if kiddo wants to eat what I want to eat, then they can eat more of whatever I made, because I just made really simple, like steak and chicken with veggies. Oh, that was Saturday. We went out grocery shopping, and Dylan was so excited. He's like, Mommy, I'm going to help you make all the food. Because I told him, I was like, I'm going to spend one whole day during the weekend just cooking. So instead, though, him and I spent Saturday washing and chopping vegetables, like a bunch of different vegetables, to get them ready we were going to like steam them and put them in little meal containers for the week. Yeah. So he did a lot of the vegetable chopping. He was so excited. He chopped asparagus and broccoli and cauliflower, and what else did he do? Oh, we forgot. He didn't get to do the zucchini, but I'll remember next time. He did it with a butter knife, though, so I went ahead and ordered him some kid-safe kitchen knives for him to not have to use a darn butter knife. So he was really happy. He did a good job. Yep, Colin could care less. He's like, oh. Oh, it's funny. Colin had to help fold and match socks while Dylan was helping me in the kitchen. And he wasn't interested at all in doing any of the kitchen stuff until he, and Dylan was already in there with me for I don't know how long, helping in the kitchen, when Brandon was finally like, all right, we're doing this laundry, come on, Colin, and then all of a sudden, when Colin has to be put to work, he's like, oh, can I go in the kitchen and help Mom? And he's like, nope, it's too late for that. Like, you don't care about that, you're gonna fold laundry. It's like, if you were interested in that, you would have been in the kitchen an hour ago. Right? And why is it that I trust my 8-year-old son more with a knife than I would my 10-year-old son? Why is that? But yeah, Dylan has an actual interest in cooking and art and stuff like that. Colin's really only interested in video games and reading. Like, he's not really interested in his Lego sets either. But Dylan is. Dylan is the creative, has a creative mind, and Colin's more of like a technical side, I guess, of things. I don't know how to put it. How is chopping better than sock matching? Well, to me, chopping would be better than sock matching. I hate laundry. I'd rather be in the kitchen than have to fold and put away laundry. But I told them, I was like, summer's almost here. The only way you're going to get to do any gaming is chores every day. I was like, you're going to have to do chores every day. You better wake up and clean the house and make sure your room's not dirty. It's like, don't ask me to play unless you've already eaten and brushed your teeth. It was like playing is a no-go at 6 o'clock in the morning. Come on now. Yep. Well, once they get on, they just don't want to get off. You know? Like, they put up a huge fight. It's like, oh no, buddy, oh no. That's not how this is gonna roll. It's not gonna happen like this. You better do something. Ah! Oh, hold on. I'm gonna mute you guys. Hello. Woohoo! Best mother-in-law ever. So I don't have a hard time asking, or in years past I'd have a really hard time asking for help from others, but I'm getting more comfortable the past year since COVID has let up with asking for help from the mother-in-law when I need it. Like, so Brandon's leaving again tomorrow morning at 10, Or is it today? No, he's leaving tomorrow morning at 10. And then he'll be back on Thursday. And several weeks ago, I'd made a hair appointment for a cut and color on this Wednesday afternoon. And if I cancel it or try to reschedule, it'll be like another 3 weeks before I can get in there, because the stylists, they book you for like, when you do color, for like 3-hour block, and it's really hard to get that 3-hour block. So yeah. What's this? Run? Oh, run, meaning chores. Yeah, so she has a appointment she has to take her sister to, but then she'll make it over in time to watch the kiddos. So I'm so happy that I don't have to cancel. Brandon's gonna be gone for pretty much like a week this time. So he's leaving tomorrow morning. He'll be back late Wednesday night after we're already asleep. So basically he's gone Tuesday and Wednesday, 2 days. But he'll be here Thursday and half of Friday. So a day and a half, because on Friday afternoon he's leaving for like a weekend long, like a 4-day bachelor party thing. So like Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, 3 nights, 4 days. So he'll be home like late Monday night probably from this bachelor party that's out of town. But too bad for him. He's rooming with one of the guys that he's in the room with is a snorer. He's like, oh man, it's like he snores so bad. I'm like, yeah, well, you snore too. He was like, not like this, and I'm like, yeah, I know. Oh, he's like, he's not gonna get any sleep unless he puts on some headphones. There, I think it was a little weird. All right, so let me break out some color pencils. Pizza? Well, depends on what's all on there. If it's like tons of cheese and tons of fatty meat and super high salt, yeah, it's still junk food even if you made it yourself. It's just artisan junk food. A higher grade of junk food. Unless you made it on the super healthy side. You're like, no, I used cauliflower dough and skim low-fat, fat-free cheese and nothing but veggie toppings. It's higher grade. It's like premium grade A junk food. Sorry. Yeah, we'll call it artisan junk food. Because they have something over here, they call it artisan pizza. It's like, what makes that pizza artisan pizza? They have a place that calls their pizza artisan pizza. Artisanal pizza. Really? Really? Tell me. Really want to know. What makes this artisanal? Let's see. I'm sad I don't really have like that much left in that one. Yeah, it's very true. When you're making it yourself, you're probably definitely not adding as much salt, butter, oil, all those things, preservatives. If you're using fresher ingredients, I'm totally sure it's way healthier. Totally way healthier. Still junk food though. The whole thing is just a big piece of doughy bread with lots of cheese and stuff. It's the best tasting junk food ever. Oh, I should probably use that to get it. Do it. I need like a deeper red. That's not really red. This is like a berry red. No, this didn't work. It's like a berry. But you know what would be really nice in there too? Is like a blue. This kind of blue. I know that's very strange, but look at that. I don't know, you can't see it. Hold on. See how that like just kind of does a little bit of something? it's like, it's very subtle. It's very subtle. But it does, in my opinion, it does a little bit of something. You need a little bit more, that thing needs a little bit more red. I like it. Oh, paper cut. Ah! My finger! Oh, my finger. My poor finger. Oh, was it too long? Sorry. Sorry. Too loud with the pencils. Oh, maybe I shouldn't be against painting a little bit more. Ooh, my husband is taking a walk. He's being motivated. Maybe it's because I'm being motivated. Motivation is contagious. Oh yeah, I feel like that red, or that a little bit more saturated something helps a little bit. I feel like it really needs it. Right? It needs more oomph. Needed more muchness. Oh, lovely. So one of the mom friends that I have, Dylan's friend's mom, she asked me if I wanted to go bike riding with her sometime. I don't have a bike, and I was like, oh, I've never been good with those bikes that you have to like hunch over, and that's what I think when I think of bikes. But she said, like, I guess there's a kind of bike where you can get that it's like called a cruiser or something, where you're sitting up, you're not hunched over, you're sitting upright, which I think would be much better for my back. So I'm gonna look into getting one of those, not like right now, but like I'll look into it to see if it's something that I would like. Yeah, I wouldn't be able to do that go alone by myself thing. I think the extra layer helps. Needed more contrast. Right? More contrast. Get you in there. Everybody drink water, stretch. Oh. Oh, let's see. Oh, a cruiser type? Okay. You feel like, okay, because I don't like things that make me hunch over. Like, I like I think I like the idea of a cruiser. I don't know if that's like, seems like it would still be pretty good for you. So I guess I need to look into that. Oh, I'll be right back really quick. Be right back. 1 second. What was I doing here? Uh-oh. Needs to be sharpened. Oh, goodness. I'm so sorry. Oh, so over the weekend, me and the kiddo, I know this is really funny, so I ended up getting pulled into, I saw on Netflix that show Exo Kitty. I thought it sounded cute since I was like, oh, I'm half Korean. It would have been so cool to go to a boarding school in Korean. And so I watched it, and it was cool that it was like half in Korean, half in English. And Dylan caught me watching it in bed when I was probably about, I don't know, on like episode 5 or something, or 4, and he watched it with me the rest of it because he was like, so he likes live action. He likes cartoons, but he prefers, real people. So he got caught up watching it with me, and he didn't even mind the subtitles. Sometimes he would read the text messages and stuff. He's still not the strongest reader because the COVID, put all the kids in his age range behind, because that was the year they started kindergarten and first grade. So missing a lot of that was really hard on the speed of their development. But he got so into it, and then he was like, is there a part 2? And then we looked, and I guess it was it was like the 4th in a series, like featuring sisters or something. So we started watching the other ones. And his comment about it when we started watching the whole To All the Boys I Loved Before, I think it was during the second movie, he was like, Mom, he was like, this is just about a girl and all the boys she gets with. And I was like, oh goodness. I guess it is. And Brandon was like, you shouldn't be watching that. And I'm like, oops. It's like, it's not that bad. I was like, he's got to learn about love sooner or later. I was like, you'd be surprised what these kids already know. Yeah, but I just thought, oh, and there was that one scene at the end of the first movie when they both finally like kiss, you know, on the football field or whatever, and they kissed for quite a while. And he was like, Mommy, they're kissing for a long time. And I was like, yeah, they are. And he was like, I don't remember what. And I was like, well, that's because they love each other. And he was like, it's like, and I was like, and that's romantic love. I was like, so you can kiss each other for a long time. And I was like, romantic love is different than family love. I was like, that's mommy and daddy kissing on the lips, and then family love is me and you kissing on the cheek. And he was like, Mommy, daddy doesn't love you. Only I love you. I give you way more kisses than daddy. I'm like, oh my God, you tell me that my husband doesn't love me. It's like, daddy doesn't love you. I love you. Bye, Sandra. It's like, from the mouths of babes. It's like, no, daddy doesn't. Only me. He's like, I kiss you the most. Yeah. And he liked it. He thought it was, he thought it was cute. Which I thought was adorable. And I was like, okay, we're gonna start teaching these boys at a young age how to treat their partners. Like, you gotta do sweet things for them. And I was like, all the things you want people to do nice things for you, you gotta do for them. I was like, I wanna have a romantic little boy. You gotta train him young. Train him young. What I like is that he actually likes the movie too. Like he likes what I was enjoying. Like, that makes me happy that he likes that, even though it was a romance. And all those were romances, and he watched all that with me. Except for he has to watch the second. And so when we were looking, this was after we were done doing a lot of the chopping and cooking and whatever. Oh, we spent a lot of time in the pool. He spent a lot of time in the pool yesterday, and he was like, Mommy, is there any more of that movie? And I was like, no, sweetie, we watched it all. He was like, let's watch a Korean movie. And I was like, okay. So I tried to find a Korean movie that would be like age appropriate that he might like too. And I put one on, and he was like, no, I can't. He was like, it's too scary. I thought he would like Alchemy of Souls because I hadn't watched it yet either. He was like, no, too scary. So then we found like a Christmas themed one. I think it's called Dash and Lily. And he like totally was loving it. Like the whole dares and clue hunting, and he was all into that one. And that one's was based on a book by an author that I've read a few books by, which I thought was interesting because I don't normally watch. I haven't been watching anything other than K-dramas and anime lately, so it was interesting to watch some, regular English Western or whatever, Western films, instead of Eastern. Oh, I'm so thirsty. Oh yeah, he's a sweetie. Colin just doesn't really like to watch as much TV as his brother. He's all about the video games. He will watch a lot of anime though. He loves anime. And they both know the rules. Anytime they want to start a new anime, they have to get permission. Me and the husband have to check and see what they're trying to watch. Because some of those are really intense on like the cussing and... Oh, you think the mojo's returning? How can you tell? Well, today I didn't feel like doing the artwork I needed to do. That might be because I'm tired, I don't know. I did talk to the doctor this morning because, you know, I was in a depressive... I was depressed, but I just didn't realize how depressed I was. Since I wasn't like, didn't have any anxiety and depressing thoughts, I just had like complete depressed mood, as in lack of motivation to do anything, give a fuck was broken, and I didn't move off of the couch for 4 months. And I was sleeping a lot. Like, if I wasn't awake reading on the couch, I was sleeping. Yeah. Didn't even step into the studio except on Mondays. You guys were the only reason why I kept drawing, was because I had that set Monday I needed to needed to. Right? Crazy. Sometimes I just don't like the way something looks, and I'm like, eh. Oh, so I have to try and hide the fact from Dylan that I finished watching that show, because it was really, really short, 8 episode. They were only like 20 minutes long each. I have to hide the fact that I finished it last night, because him and I stopped on like episode 5, like 10 minutes into episode 5. Or 10 minutes into episode 4, I don't know. Yes, I'm very pleased that I had to art on Mondays, because otherwise I would have stopped drawing entirely, and the depression probably would have turned into even worse, terrible craziness. Right? Thank goodness for you guys. You save me all the time. Yep. Yeah, I think I just really overdid it last year. On top of all the stuff on top of all the Kickstarter stuff for fulfillment, and then all the things that I wanted to get done, it was just so much that I had going on that by the time I finally stopped to calm down after the holidays were done, it was like a massive crash, you know? So I think it all took its toll on me. I put my body and mind through way too much during that end of summer, super end of summer, beginning of fall, all the way through the holidays. It was just too much for my body to handle, given that I'm already prone to depression and stuff because of the bipolar blah blah blah. You know? Tone that down. No, I definitely don't think it made me feel worse. I think it helped. I think without it I would have been not in a good place. Because though I wasn't feeling down, like, per se, I wasn't feeling moody and sad. I was feeling unmotivated and didn't care about anything, sort of a thing. So like if I had a reason to care and do stuff, I would do it. But if left to my own devices, I'd be like, blah, no, I'm not moving, doing anything. They're like, oh, you want me to go out? No, I don't think so. It was like that. Sometimes the texture is what does it, you know? The color pencil texture. Oh, yeah. I was thinking of like dragging some light streams down here, like some I think I'll stay low. How do I want to do it? Let's try it with the whoever ends up with it, I hope they'll like it. It's not like the greatest one I've done, but I think it's kind of cute. Everybody seemed to like this one, these two the least. Like, it seems like everybody was like, ooh, this one, and then this, and then these two last. But yeah, now we're pretty much done with it. The only bad part is it's hard to get color pencil to stick, or get the stuff to stick over the top of color pencil. All right. The top right one. Oh yeah, that. Well, that's the only one that's done currently. Well, this one almost done. It's like, I know you guys can see it just really lightly. I put in like some, what I hoped would be like rays of light. But I want them to be really soft. I don't know if that looks really good, but it'll work. We're done. Sadly, you'll notice that, you know, a lot of that's going to get chopped off, which is going to kind of ruin the, so I might like do it like this, that gets chopped off, or I don't know, or I might not chop off much of it, and I don't know, it's probably going to get chopped off. It's like I could do that, but then I wouldn't have the same effect if I lose the antlers. If I lose the antennae. You know? It's like, which would be better looking? Lose that. I think it would be fine to have just that. I think that's better. No, it doesn't have to be an ATC. But I do, this is what I do. I frame it in a mat and then sell it So if it's already a 5x7-ish size, so I could technically make it it's just more of a square size. So I probably might be able to sell it as a square instead. You know, because it seems like it's more of a square. So maybe I'll do that instead. I'll just cut this one into a square. Yeah. This one I can do. I can leave it. Because this is like. This one is 4.5 by like almost 3, not quite 3. So this one, I probably won't cut this one. This one, oh sorry, camera froze. This one I'm definitely going to cut. I'm probably going to cut like to like here. You know, I'll leave. It'll probably be like. Yeah. So I'm not going to cut. I'm still going to cut off like this big huge chunk. Why does my camera keep freezing? Anyways, I don't know why. Maybe I was knocking into the camera. I wonder if I should. I don't really feel like there much needs to be done on this one. I think I'll add some white to a few areas and then some color pencil. I'm not gonna like see, the camera froze again. I think maybe it's because I keep knocking into it. Yeah. It's like, stop knocking into the camera. I don't feel like it really needs all that much white on this one. Maybe just in a few places. Right? Oh man, it froze again. Oh, sorry about that. It's like really finicky today. Oh, thanks. Maybe I touched the thing. Like everything is so sensitive right now. I like it that it's messy and it's not, you know, the proportions. I like it that it's not, you know, I didn't try to be all correct about it. I think that's about almost all that I want to do for the white. I'm not going to do too much white on there. Sorry, I feel like I haven't been as chatty over the past few months. Oh, wait. Yeah. I think I'll add some like white or some color pencil. Call it done. We're gonna, I didn't do a sticker thing. Let's do that next week. Let's do a little bit of color pencil on this, and then hopefully in 10 minutes call it the end of the day. I'm not feeling so fabulous, only because, I'm really tired I sat outside in the sun or in the heat from like 2:20 till 5:30, so like 3 hours in the heat, watching the boys while they swam and hanging out with a couple of the other parents in our backyard. But man, it really takes it out of you, What's that? No. I don't really like that one either. I guess that's the good part about when you do something digitally. If you really don't like it, you can just remove it. Me, I can't necessarily fully remove it depending on what it is and where it is. I can lessen it. I had toyed with the idea of like darkening the line art around the bunny and the dragon, but I think I'm gonna not. I feel like it doesn't really need that line thickening around it. Maybe just a tiny smidge of I feel like that's enough. Like that brought him out just a tiny bit. Same thing with like this guy. There. That's always my problem, is once I start, it makes it really hard for me to stop. Like, oh, let me thicken this line and a little bit of this line. It's like, oh, what about this one? Right? It's like, when do you know? When do you stop? I think that's good. Like 3 minutes, what else can we do? There's a bunch. Oh, I forgot that one. Everybody's so quiet today.